Okay, this is the video I was going to make. So, I just told this story to someone um, recently. So, there's a couple of things that I want to tell you. If I tell you he's cheating, he's cheating. If I tell you she's cheating, she's cheating. If I tell you there's something going on with a person, there's something going on with a person. And if I'm in a relationship and I tell you that you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. So let me give you a couple of stories. I met a guy, and I met a guy, wasn't in a relationship with this guy, just the first time meeting the guy. And I try to calm my gift, my powers when I meet people, because sometimes I just like to be surprised about some things. And so I met this guy, and this guy was militant, as he said, and he's telling me how he's pro black and I said, but you dated a white woman. He hadn't told me that. And I wouldn't have said it except for the fact of how he's pro black, pro black, pro black. And then he's like, "Oh, that was a while ago. Yeah, I dated a white woman, but that was a while ago. That was some time ago, you know." And I say that only because when people come to me and saying they're so this one way, I have to really look and see. Because when people say to me they're vegan, except he's pro black, except you're whatever one thing is, except, right? So the guy was shocked. I said, "My bad. I should have waited for you to tell me that." Okay. Was talking to a guy, and his name, it came to me that his name was not correct. So, and this was a phone conversation. So I said, "What's your name? What's going on with your name?" And he starts laughing. Well, I had to keep things, keep his, and told me, of course, the name that he had used wasn't his name. Okay. Met a guy, and these all online. I met these guys on like dating app. So I met this guy and talking to him. By the way, I have a fake phone number, so it's not even my real phone number, right? Just so you know. I'm clear about that. You don't get my real phone number if we're not in a relationship. So I have a fake phone number. So I met this guy, talking to this guy on the phone, and I said to him, "Do you have three baby mamas?" "No, no, no, I don't have three baby mamas. No, no, no. That baby ain't mine." "What do you mean that baby ain't yours?" "I got two baby mamas. That other baby ain't mine." "No, that baby yours. If it came to me, the baby yours." Okay. Talking to a guy, and this is why these don't go past that conversation. This is why. This is why. So, talking to a guy, and the guy said, said to the guy, we were laughing. I love laughter, and I love joking and having fun and whatever. And I said to the guy, "You can't be anything to me. You already got a woman, and I don't even understand why you are on a dating app." And he starts laughing. "Who, me? Who, me? Me? And I was like, "Yeah, you." Right. So I blocked the guy because what's what? Um, he found me on social media and tried to stalk me on social media. And I told him, wait now, if I do something else, you might not recover." Then his girl contacted me on social media. I was like, "Hey, hey, hey, wait a minute. I'm not what, don't come at me with that, right?" So I was right again. So was dating a guy, in a relationship with a guy. And the guy, when I first met the guy, I told him, "Hey, you aren't the one for me. Let's see what happens," because I knew the guy wasn't the one for me. I just was like, "I'm gonna have some fun." That was my approach to it. So I was at the guy's house. And the way, if I go to sleep on your pillow and somebody else has been on your pillow, I know that the other person has been on your pillow. Like, I have visions of that. So, was at the guy's house, had the vision. The guy swore up and down it was just a dream. You know, you're wrong. It was just a dream. And I said, I don't have just the dreams. You know, I've been doing this since I was 3. I don't have just a dream. And so, nah, you can't be breaking up with me over a dream. I said, all right, let me give you another shot because, you know, it is what it is with what this is. This isn't a long term thing. Let's see what happens. Not a few days later, I found all the evidence on his computer of all places because he asked me to help him with his computer because there was something wrong with it. And the video popped up of him and the other woman. And he's like, you couldn't have known that. You couldn't have known that. But I did, sir. I told you I dreamt this and you want to make it like I'm delusional. Okay? I'm not. I'm not delusional. If too many times it becomes a reality, then it must be, it's not made up, right? I have more of those stories. So I have the clear gifts, all the clear gifts, at least 5 clear gifts. So when you talk to me and you say things to me and I hear answers and I tell you things, listen. If I give you advice and you decide not to take the advice, that's on you. I don't hold anything against you for that. But when you come back to me because I was right, and then you want me to feel sorry for you, that's not going to happen. I don't feel sorry for people. When you come to me for breaking these spirits off of you, and I break these spirits off of you, and then you go back and get with the person and bring more spirits back after you have been set free, I don't feel sorry for you. When I tell you to leave that person because it's not going to work out well for you, male or female, and then you end up in jail and your family members are calling me, I'm not going to be there for you. In other words, when you come to me for my services on the spiritual side, we're not talking my other side, because the other side we know works too. When I help you make it back from the brink of death, only for you to be back towards that a few months later because you doing whatever, don't come to me. That's who I am, right? When you recognize your gift and your power, your ability, and people don't follow through on it, you have to separate yourself and you have to leave room for the ones who do follow through, for the ones who are willing to do what they need to do. Oh, and by the way, if I tell you that that job's not for you or you take it anyway, don't be contacting me all the time talking about how horrible the job is. Okay? Now, I had to make this video because it was in my heart. Because I just said for somebody to do something right before I made this video. And somebody else was like, I told them, and they said they was good. And I'm going to say, remember that. You said you was good. Don't call me. Right? And this person has my phone number. My real phone number. Don't call me. You said you were good. I sent the message telling you that you needed to follow through. Don't call me. All right.